Video just popped up. All right, Shalom Akim. We'd like to start out by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles, the great millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. I'm Zahab, to my left. All right, today we're going to go into a topic. Christianity kept the wound fresh, man. All right, because if you injure somebody, all right, you have an open wound, you need time for that wound to develop callus, and it can start to heal. But what Christianity did, when Esau wounded us with the wound of slavery, Christianity kept that wound fresh, all right, to where here we are in 2020, and Jake is spiritually, all right, still on a mental plantation. And part of the main components and the agents of that is Christianity. There was even a book, I forget the name of the author, but the name of the book is entitled How to Make a Negro a Christian. With a book like that existing, you should question your religion. Yeah. Just because there's a book it says how to make a Negro a Christian. All right? Because you're going to find out that every facet of your existence was engineered by Esau. You should question that. My religion came from the so-called white man. My language came from the so-called white man. Everybody came from the so-called white man. Culture. My culture came from the so-called white man. All right? My diet. What were you saying?
I was trying. Who wrote that book? It was Kamua Makasi Tahuti.
Right, and it sounded like a comedic, Jake, but he actually had a letter in the book written by Edomite that justified his reason for giving Jake Christianity back then, and then and that led to Edomites sitting in the back of the church while so-called black man teaches the slaves. Now you have the movie. What was the movie? The Birth of a Nation. It shows you the reality of slavery, man. And you niggas still didn't watch that movie, all right? Because they showed the different scenes where he was going to these different plantations, teaching them how to be obedient slaves, man.
With the slave master overseeing them.
With the slave master overseeing them, because it was more resourceful and it was more economical to inspire your slaves to be slaves than to beat them into submission. All right, so they figured these are God-fearing people. Let's just make them think they're doing this in the name of God. All right, you keeping that fresh wound, you keeping that wound fresh, man.
Master manipulation.
It's master manipulation, and it worked to this day.
Yep.
All right.
This is Jeremiah 30:12. It said, "For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous."
Thy bruise is incurable. What was that bruise? Slavery. What was that bruise? It was slavery. And it says that wound is incurable because you can't reverse the effects of slavery. You literally, even if they freed us, you can't reverse the psychological effects of 400 years of hard bondage, being broken down to an animal.
Because the same narrative is still in effect in the earth.
Yep.
Because one of the biggest bruises, all right, that we suffer is a low self-esteem, especially as the Israelite man, is that low self-esteem. Because when you're in Christianity, all the people that are superior, are Edomites. All the prophets, the Israelites, the Most High, the Messiah. Everyone is an Edomite. The angels, So you're worshiping a religion, all right, where your enemy is a superior, And
he will accept you as a foreigner. Then now you got to go off the narrative or the script that before Christianity, we were pagans.
Yep.
That's European colonization because he ran that hustle throughout all the parts of the earth. He ran it with the Indians over there in India, Elam, all right? He ran it with Ham over there in Africa. He ran it with Gad over here in America. He ran that same hustle. These are pagans. They need to be civilized through Christianity. And through that, there was mass slaughtering, man. So if you subscribe to Christianity, because that's what Vocab is doing. He's basically saying, no, niggas, come back.
Yep, trying to put that chain back on.
You put that chain back because the chain is mental. All right, go ahead.
It said, there is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines.
You have no healing medicines because prior to the truth, every religion kept you mentally in slavery. Or you tried Islam, that didn't work. You tried gangs, that didn't work. You tried the Black Panthers, that didn't work. The Kemetic movement, that didn't work.
Economy.
Economy, that didn't work. You joined the military, that didn't work. All right? You read every book. You went to jail, read every book. That didn't work, man. You have no coping mechanism. That's why it says in Sirach, Sirach, the physician healeth the long disease. The physician is Yahweh Shai. And what did Yahweh Shai come in the spirit? He came in the spirit of truth, man. And what did it say? The truth shall set you free. All right?
I got a quick one.
All right.
It's Jeremiah 2:11. It says, "Hath a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods, but my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit."
Yep. Because what did the Most High give us? He didn't really give us religion. He gave us the law, statutes, and commandments.
Standard.
He gave us that standard, which was our so-called religion. All right. But we exchanged that for Christianity.
Really to feed the flesh.
Yep.
You know, that's why the biggest battle, you know, within the ministry is we have repented, you know, is overcoming the flesh, because these other religions are based, you know, off of pleasing your flesh, you know, with no standard. You know, that's why these other religions, you know, like Ham was heavy into homosexuality, pedophilia, all right, orgies, you know, temple harlots. You dealing with the Babylonians, you know, the Romans, you know, with all their madness, you know, bestiality. It was all about the flesh with no standard. You see? So when we come back into this ministry, you know, the hardest thing, you know, that we have to overcome, you know, the flesh, because everything that we wanted, everything that we needed, we had it, you know, as we were serving Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. The men of our nation had substance. We had women. We had power. All right? We had land. You know, we had, you know, protection. You see? It's when we went away from that, you know, that's when we suffer, you know, under, you know, the captivities of these other nations, or trying to be likened to the other nation, man.
And, you know, at one point, the Most High gave us oral laws, right? All right. But that pagan state that Jake was in, like Gad, all right, or just the Northern Kingdom in general, that's the result of them deviating from the Most High, or the laws of the Most High, when they came here to the Americas, man. All right, but then Esau took that spirit you was in, that primitive spirit, he used it to justify putting you in another form of slavery through Christianity, man. And Christianity, it pacifies you so you won't fight back your enemy. You know?
This is back in Jeremiah 30 and 14. It says, "All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy."
Thy wound is incurable. The effects of slavery, man. Without sanctuary. There was an exhibit back in the year 2000 in Jackson, Mississippi, called Without Sanctuary. And there will be postcards that cover all walls in that exhibit. Postcards of you being lynched. And most of that was post-slavery. The lynching really multiplied after slavery, man. All right, because it was a scare tactic. All right. That's the wound. That's the wound of an enemy. All right. Being dehumanized through something called the seasoning process. Because a lot of slaves died when it came to America through the seasoning process, which is to break your spirit. So now that we got them here in America, we got to break them down to an animal. So that process to break you from a man to an animal, that destroyed your spirit, man. Then the worst part was that you reproduced and had babies in America. The babies were totally programmed by Esau. And guess what did you teach those babies? Christianity. All right.
And subjection.
Subjection.
You know, because Christianity then doesn't deal, you know, with practical life. You know, that doctrine that they have, you know, love everybody. You know, nobody should die. Christians believe nobody should die. You know, no matter what this nigga did, you know, no matter what they do, you know, it shouldn't die. You know, if he call on Jesus, you know, it has no filtering, you know, mechanisms within Christianity, man. That's why, you know, like you say, Christianity leaves the wound open, because you keep repeating the same mistakes that got us in this position, man.
And look at what you've given up for Christianity. You own nothing.
Yeah.
Every other religion, it teaches their race that you should be on top. You're the only nation, ironically, you're the chosen nation. You're the only nation that doesn't want to be on top because you think it's contrary to the mindset of God. You really think that everybody on earth is supposed to coexist. Ironically, that got you at the bottom.
Yeah.
Everybody else want power.
And just laying back tie exactly what you're saying. You know, Christianity takes away that rulership mentality.
Yeah, and we're supposed to have a ruling class mentality. Ruling, all right? If you look at the earth, it's very evident that the nations need to be civilized. All right? Can you go back to Jeremiah 30 and 14 again before you get that scripture?
Okay, come. It's back in Jeremiah chapter 30. All right. Verse 14 again says, all thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy.
Oppression, slavery, man. Starting with slavery in the Jim Crow period, all right, and criminal, what's it called? The prison industrial complex.
13th Amendment.
The 13th Amendment, all right, Planned Parenthood. This serpent, Esau attack you like a serpent where he got body count and you're not even protesting it.
Yeah, you get hit everywhere.
Yeah.
Like a random nigga getting shot in the street. Well, niggas shoot niggas in the street, you know, but what about, you know, like you say, the abortion rate, you know, what about, you know, the diseases, you know, from the low quality food that's in your neighborhood, you know.
Very affordable.
Yep. They put these plants and throw off all these toxins by your neighborhood, your water, the whole, look at Flint, you know, and that's just an example, you know, of you know, many, you know, situations that our people are in, man.
Then they give you fake saviors.
Yep.
These two candidates you gotta vote for. Choose which oppressor.
Yep.
you're gonna vote for.
Yep. With Ice Cube on the side.
Yeah. Yeah. Gonna throw him in there.
Yeah.
You know.
And it says, oh yeah, then you got the music. They
can't forget that.
They glorify this music, you know, which leads to a deaf culture, man. Now your whole life is built around you know, chasing the bag and shitting on niggas.
Yeah.
You know, your clout, your manhood is about how many niggas you done killed, you know, how many niggas you done knocked out, how much adultery you committed, you know. That's why what a protest about. The protest about that, man. You know, like you say, Esau a silent killer on the low, you know, but then he'll plaster Breonna Taylor everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the problem.
Yep.
And it says, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased.
Yep, we kept transgressing in our homeland. Because when you're in Jerusalem, you definitely have to keep the laws of Jerusalem, man. All right, so we got kicked out of our homeland. We got kicked out of the house, man. And since you wanna worship the gods of the heathen, I'm gonna send you to the heathen. Now you're gonna worship the religion of the heathen. That's why I said you're gonna worship other gods, wood and stone. But you were holding a scripture in Deuteronomy.
Come finish this.
Okay.
It says, it says, because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. Yep. And we go to Deuteronomy 32. All right, and I started 18. It says, of their rock that begot thee, thou art unmindful, and hast forgotten the Most High that formed thee.
You forgot the Most High. All right. And that's why it says in Jeremiah, I think it's the 50th chapter, maybe it's the 51st chapter, it said they have forgotten their resting place. That's why they subscribe to a theoretical religion that you can't even survive off of. All right. Like it says in Deuteronomy 32, you forgot your rock that begat you. You forgot the Most High. You mentally can't accept a so-called Negro God because you think that he's inferior to your Caucasian God, man.
Hey, and then Jake is not mindful, you know, even though just the simple things that Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, does for us on a daily basis. You know, like it was a situation at work, you know, but we ain't had a lot of work for next week, you know, so we looking kind of scarce. But see, the hurricane that came, it shut another shop down, so we had to pick up all their work, you know, and like Jake, you think Jake's saying, you know, for Wadi, how about Shema Shai, you know, for that, you know, now we got something to do, keep us busy, you know, keep food coming in, keep the bills paid. But Jake don't think like that, man. You know?
This American culture makes you covetous, man.
Yeah.
All right, because I was doing some research on life before, I guess, the Industrial Revolution, life before the 50s, During the 50s, people were starting to be consumers. So what was your pride of life before consumerism? What made you happy? And more than likely, it was just the fact that you worked, you had some consistency, and you got to see your family grow up, man. But now it's just you want this, you want that.
You entitled, man.
You're entitled, man.
Especially Jake entitled is here.
Yeah.
And it's like the less skills, you know, Jake got, the more entitled they are, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
It just to keep going, it says, and when the Lord Yahweh Shai saw it, he abhorred them, which means he avoided us, because of the provoking of his sons and his daughters. And he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be.
Yeah, and this is the end. This is their end. This is our end.
Final product.
The final product after 400 years of being wounded by an enemy. This is us. All right, you had that movie, Menace to Society, and what's his name? O-Dog. O-Dog, like, man, that was a guy. Why would he put us in a predicament like this? That answer that. This is your end. Then it's the end result of you neglecting my laws, man. Abhorring my laws.
He said, I will hide my face, you know, which is his knowledge. You see, the wisdom, the understanding. So he hid this knowledge from us, you know, and now say like scripture, like the curses say, we groping in the noonday.
Yeah.
You know, trying to find a way, like you said, we looking. We grab hold of Islam.
Yeah.
That didn't work. Grab hold of Egyptology. You know, grab hold of Christianity. All these things. You know, that's Jake groping. He trying to find, you know, his way out that situation.
And then hide his face too. They pray, he don't answer.
Yeah.
Because they don't have, like, you have to have the wisdom of his name.
Yep.
You pray to him, he didn't answer. He didn't bring your cousin Pookie back or nothing.
Yep.
You know?
It says, for they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith.
Yeah.
So this is that generation, you know, no faith. And Christianity doesn't produce faith, man. Yeah. You know, you don't, when you a Christian, you don't understand, you don't go into prophecies, because that's what increases your faith. It's seeing the prophecies happen. You know? So Jake, all right, they don't have nothing to boost their faith, you know, in this system, man, in Christianity, man, because now, all right, that cause see, the faith of Christianity was based on this place being up and running. You see,
it's the very foundation.
Yeah, that's your faith. This place being up and running, like 9/11. You know, people were scared, but then it got back better. You know, in your faith in Jesus is better. You know, but see, when the Lord really started hammering down on this place, that's why Howard Shah said, when he returns, shall he find faith on earth? Because the masses of the people, the faith that they have is based on this system being up and running and them thriving some type of way.
And that's where your prayer lies. That's where your relationship with the Most High or God lies, is that He continues the plantation.
Yep, that's their foundation. Man.
So things like the virus popped off, right? The last virus. What were a lot of Christians' reactions? Well, you know, God is still in control. God, yeah, you're right. He is in control.
I have no idea.
Yeah, He's controlling right now. You know?
I got one for you, bro.
All right, come on.
This Romans 10:1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
You can take the most hoodest, grimiest Jake, man. When he started talking, you're gonna feel a sense of godliness about him, you know, or you're gonna feel that spirit he has on. He'll say something about he'll mention his experience and how, you know, there's a God. 9 times out of 10, Jake acknowledges there's a God, if not anything else, man. He might say the white man wrote the Bible or this or that, but he has a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So like you said, the Most High will hide his face from us. He hid his wisdom, he hid his knowledge, but we still have that general reverence. Go ahead.
I was just saying some type of reverence.
Some type of reverence of the Most High without actually having the knowledge, man. All right.
And how Jay used to turn the music down, passed by the church.
Yeah. You know? Don't curse in front of a preacher.
Yeah.
You know.
Verse 3, it says, for they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness.
Yeah, you being ignorant of the laws. The righteousness are the laws.
Yeah.
You establish your own righteousness. Well, the way I feel, the way I see it.
Yeah, or them Christian myths.
Yep.
You know, that if you have sex, you know, without the so-called white man's paperwork, that's fornication.
Yeah.
You know, or if you live with your woman, that's shacking.
Yeah.
You know, you establish your own righteousness, man.
Yeah.
That's not biblical.
Basically, Christianity established the so-called white man as the Most High.
Yeah.
Christianity, you submit on paper that the so-called white man is your God.
Now it's reverence in the heavens because you went to the state.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's like you say, man. That's Christianity. Man, and Elder Manata Zakba said one of the heaviest things. He had one of the heaviest titles, of the year when he said Christianity is the reason no one understands the Bible. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. They the way Christianity interprets the Bible destroys the understanding of the scriptures completely, man. And that's like I say, that's that fresh room remaining open because you still at square one. Like you say, a wound supposed to heal over time. But if you say you've been in Christianity for 25 years, but you don't even know, all right, the significance of Jacob and Esau. You don't know nothing about the promises. You don't know nothing about the covenant. You don't know the significance of Israel. So you still at square one.
Yep, and Christianity is the reason why you don't know how to read the Bible. It automatically disregards the Old Testament. They never tell you to go into the history, so you never align the Bible with actual history.
Yeah.
So to you, it's really a fantasy.
Yeah.
If you can't align the Bible with history, really you don't believe in the Bible.
Yeah. And it says, and are going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High.
Right. Right.
Jay, and like Christianity, because really it bucks up against, the righteousness of the Most High. Because you tell a Christian, you shouldn't eat pork, you shouldn't eat shrimp. Well, Jesus died so we can, we under grace, you see, or they don't matter. The law is done away with. So it teaches you really to buck up. You tell them don't celebrate Christmas. Well, we do it for the kids. Jesus wouldn't be mad at me for doing it. So everything you tell them righteous, they're programmed to reject it, and it's based on a Christian doctrine, man. A Christian doctrine, man. So just like the brother lesson going into, man, Christianity leaves their wound wide open and fresh, man. And the Most High is going to slaughter, a lot of people that live by their doctrine soon, man, by these plagues, Jacob trouble and ultimately the missiles, man.
But you were warned.
Yeah.
We've been telling you.
Yep. Time to get out of Christianity, man.
I mean, the little that I know on this earth is that I got to question everything that came from Esau. How he told me to eat, how he told me how women, everything that Esau taught now is being exposed and challenged, man.
Destroyed.
It's been destroyed. The feminist movement. Now you have women straight up telling them men, no, put me in my place. There was a show called Arranged Marriage, and they was monitoring, how they was acting after they got married, and almost every woman in that particular season was like telling their man, no, it's okay, put me in my place.
Yeah.
Because everything that Esau did, it effed your head up.
Yeah.
Like it took our nation's ruling class mentality over other nations. It took the man's ruling class mentality over the woman. So now we got to go back and relearn everything because of Esau.
Yeah. That's why scripture say you got to be born again.
You know how you got a food packet?
Yep.
And you check the ingredients to determine if you're going to purchase that product?
Yep.
Oh, MSG. No, I can't buy that.
Yeah.
High fructose corn syrup. So when you have a philosophy or a way that you was brought up and you check the source of it, made by Esau, oh, we ain't fucking with this.
No.
Who came up with that philosophy? Esau. That's how it should be.
Yeah, because that boy is deaf, man.
Yeah.
Hey, anything by Esau should have that skull with the cross on there.
Yeah.
It leads to death, and that should be on the front of the Christian doctrine. Their skull and bones, man. The cross is on them, man, because it leads to death.
Got the highest body count.
If I get one more before you close out, because this really sums up Christianity, man, because it's the biggest religion in the earth, man. The most followed thing in the earth. And a lot, like you say, when you go into the history of Christianity, the reason why, you know, a lot of our people, the reason why a lot of people on earth are Christian, because hey, Esau really forced that Christianity with that sword, man. You know, you go to that Spanish, you know, Inquisition. You know, brother studied to go research the Spanish Inquisition. All right, go study the conquistadors. You know, on what they did to the Northern Kingdom. Why you think if you pull up a global map of the Roman Catholic population, the whole country of South America, you know, is lit up red, man. You know, it's the most concentrated population of Roman Catholics. Why, man? Because them Spaniards came over there with their sword, man, and forced them into it. Like you were saying the other day, slaves do things because of behavior. You know, you don't like you go 7, 8 generations down. You don't know why you so heavy into Roman Catholicism. You don't know that your great granddaddy, all right, was burnt alive because he tried to refuse. You know. So when we go to Proverbs 14 and 12, it says, "There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death."
Man, that should be the theme of Christianity. Christianity seems right. That seems like the right thing to say. No, God loves everybody. You know, everybody could be. You know, it seems right to a man.
Everybody's a child of God.
Yeah, and God blessed all the food. Here I'm watching a video of a catfish eating an armadillo. God bless all the food, you know. But hey, the end of is death, man. Was there anything else, bro?
Yeah, that was it.
And with that, we want to give our honor and glory once again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles, great millstone, well. Peace and blessed to the house of David the elect. Till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.